another video. My name's Destiny, and today we're going to talk books. You'll have one video before this. It's going to be a short one. This Friday is going to be a twofer because I missed last Friday because your girl's been busy. But once you see the video before this, you'll understand. I had a new little one come live with me, and so that's been taking up a lot of my time. But I did do a little bit of shopping yesterday with my sister. We got out for the first time in forever and spent time just together. And we ended up going to Goodwill, and I found a couple books I thought I had to have. And then I actually was kindly sent to from a publisher. I signed up for their blog tour. Don't know when my post date is. I'll have to check. I don't think it's on a Friday, so you'll be getting a one-off video for that. But let's start there. So I was gifted kindly by the publisher Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. I hope I'm saying her middle name right. And Witch Hunt, which is the second one that comes out in October. So far what I know, this book takes place in the early 1900s. It follows, I'm trying to remember her name, Frances. That's what I thought. It follows Frances, and Frances is, I've already read like the first part. I've read about 100 pages. So Frances works in a sewing company, basically. She's a seamstress, and so she lives above where she works, and with I think 14 other girls. And the book starts off with her brother being killed. He is drowned. You don't really know why. You don't know who does it. He just basically says he did not beg. He will not beg, and that's kind of where the book starts. And then you get into Frances's POV. Frances is working late one night, and her drunk boss comes in and tries to. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. And when that happens, she somehow her sewing shears ends up in his neck, and he dies. Frances does the logical thing that any of us would do. Cleans herself up and goes upstairs and acts like this never happened. Like she was not there when that happened. It never happened. And she wakes up the next morning. All the girls are talking about obviously the murder because her manager goes down there and finds him, and her shears are the only ones that aren't accounted for. So clearly they think she did it. They don't know how she did it. They can't figure it out. But as the cop is questioning her, two girls roll in and say that she has tuberculosis and they're taking her to the sanatorium. Frances is thinking, I never took the TB test. I never did any of that. So what do you mean I have TB? And come to find out, she's a witch and did not know it. She is sent to a home for witches she learns to use her powers and learns that her powers are triggered by intense emotions. So obviously when she was going to be, her powers manifest. They weren't able to get to her before that could happen. They try to get to the girls before that happens. They don't always succeed, obviously, with Frances. And so now I'm kind of at a point where she's just learning about her powers, and she's very bored, and I'm a little bored with her because she's just learning basically that she can't use them outside of class, and she's not allowed to study outside of class, and so it's just kind of boring to her. She went into it with a kid on Christmas morning, that excitement, that wonder, and now she's just like, this is the most boring thing I've ever done. So that's kind of where I'm at. Again, I'm 100 pages in. I am really enjoying it, even though I'm a little bored, but I think you're meant to be bored because Frances is bored. Like, you're reading from somebody's POV that's bored. Like, there's no chance of being anything but. So I'm honestly really enjoying this, and obviously this is the second one. I have not really read too much into the synopsis. I did read the synopsis before I agreed to the tour, clearly, but I have not reread it since it landed on my doorstep. The publisher did send me an e-arc of the second one and an e-copy of the first one so I could start them. As you know, I can't read digitally. I did buy a Kindle. It kind of works. We will see. I've not really spent much time messing with it because obviously I have physical books. So I didn't think, I knew I was getting a physical one of this because I don't sign up for tours that don't send me the physical one just because I know I can't do an e-arc. I do a couple that do audio books, like they do audio copies of the book for you to review. That's really cool. I have a couple of those I've signed up for in the past, and those are really awesome. But I knew I was getting a physical of this one. I did not know I was getting a physical copy of this one, and so I'm super excited I did because I am annotating the heck out of it, and I'm super excited to see where this takes me. But I got these two, and then my Walmart haul, my Goodwill haul. I ended up picking up Illuminate by M.A. Ergasti. I could be saying that all kinds of wrong. Honestly, the first line got me. And it says, and now a suburban high school student, Haven, Tara, she moves into Chicago's swanky Lexington Hotel for a prestigious internship, shadowing the powerful, alluring, and startling young owner, Ariel Brown. Basically, when I finished reading the synopsis, it follows a girl who thinks she's getting this internship to work with the A-listers that live in this swanky hotel. Come to find out, they are, I think they're angels. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say whether they're angels or like fallen angels, demons. But she basically finds out they're supernatural creatures trying to steal people's souls, and she has to save her entire class before prom because they're planning on stealing their souls too, and they're trying to get her to join them. Honestly, it just sounded really good. It reminded me a little bit of the Fallen series by Lauren Kate. Yeah, Lauren Kate, I think is her name. I got that wrong. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. But it reminded me a lot of her and her books. And so I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and pick it up. It was literally like 50 cents. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I love buying books from like Goodwill because this is pretty much brand new. There's no writing, no nothing in it. And I got it for 50 cents. The next one, I was so excited to see on their shelves that literally my sister and I were running late for something. I was like, no, I have to have these two. Like, I don't care if we get nothing else. I have to have these two. The first one is Kindred by Octavia A. Butler. This one, guys, is almost brand new, except somebody just in the reader's guide, like, underlined. And that's it. Like, there's no writing on the inside of the book. There's nothing. I've heard so many great things about this. So, Kindred follows our main character, Dana. I could be saying that wrong. I think I want to say Dana is Dana. She is a modern day black woman, and she's celebrating her 26th birthday. And then she's abruptly removed from her house in California and travels back in time to the antebellum South. And is a slave, and she basically goes back and forth from what I understand. And like her stays get longer and all of that. I've heard wonderful things from this. I follow a few booktubers have already read this and absolutely love it and love everything she's like. They read a lot more of what she's written and loved it. So I'm so excited to have this, and the fact that I found it for $1 at Goodwill and it's literally pretty much brand new makes my heart really happy. The next one that I was super excited to see on the shelves, and a little nervous I may not like it, but I have given all of her books 4 and 5 stars, so I'm hoping I'm going to love it. And that is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. If you've been here a while, you'll know I read The Death of Mrs. Westaway last February while I was pregnant, stuck in a snowstorm because I live in Texas. That's when the whole state basically closed down. We completely lost power. So that I read The Death of Mrs. Westaway and absolutely loved it. Like, it was a 10 out of 10. I gave it 5 stars, absolutely loved it. And then I recently read Turn of the Key by her as well, and absolutely loved it too. I think I gave it 4 stars because the ending kind of pissed me off. Like, the conclusion was good. It was a twist I did not see coming, but on the same hand, it was a little out of my scope to believe. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil it. If you've read it, leave me a comment. Did you find it hard to believe too, or was that just me? So the woman in cabin 10, I don't know much. I don't want to know much. I think it follows a woman on a cruise, and she thinks that obviously the woman in cabin 10 has been murdered, and that's kind of what's going on here. This is another one, guys. It literally looks brand new, like it come off of a Barnes and Noble shelf. You can't even tell it's ever been read, except there's little bitty like creases where you can tell somebody obviously read it. So I'm so excited to have this in my hands. These two were the two I was like, I cannot leave here without these. Like, they're coming home with me. I don't care what else comes home with me, but these two are definitely coming home with me. And then I got two more, and then I'm going to show you some library books that I still have. I've already taken some back to the library. Either I finished them. One of them I got the wrong, why did it do that again? One of them I got the wrong edition, so, yeah, that's where that is. So, the first one is The Tenant by, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Basically, a woman walks in and finds another woman dead in her apartment, and she's trying to figure out who did it. I'm excited. I'm definitely in a thriller mood, and so I'm excited to get into this and give it a try. When I looked it up, I think there was a couple that said that like it was a sit down one time kind of read. So we will see. And then the last one I got from Goodwill was A Good Enough Mother by Bev Thomas. So this follows a woman whose son goes missing. She has twins. Her daughter moves away to another country, and her son has gone missing. And she's a psychiatrist who starts treating a man who looks eerily a lot like her son. And she starts crossing that professional boundary, and things start to get complicated and messy. And obviously, I don't know if she kills him, if he kills her, or what happens, but your girl's excited to read it because why not? Like, I can't wait to get my hands on it. It just sounds really good. It was the first one I picked up at Goodwill and thought, why not? So, as far as library books go, I have Something Wicked Comes This Way by Ray Bradbury. I know he wrote Fahrenheit 51. I've never read it. But I literally, it was kind of the cover that drove me in, and it says the caramel rolls in sometime after midnight, ushering Halloween a week early. Like, just that one line there made me want to pick it up for October. I am participating in Mixtape-a-thon. And so I really do want to I'm excited for that. And so this may go on that TBR. You will see that. I'm still trying to figure out what I can find for a translated read. So that's the only one I need a book for, and then I'm ready to post that for you guys. But I was excited to pick this up because it says a carnival, and I loved the Night Circus earlier this year, so I thought, why not give that a try? And the library, if I decide to DNF it, I just take it back to the library. It's not a risk to me. I love the library for that reason. I'm always putting in suggestions like, hey, can y'all get this book because I would like to read it, and I don't know if I want to buy it. I'm trying not to buy full price books if I can. So unless I just like absolutely love it, then I will. So I have a list of like books to buy, and that's going to be my Christmas list for everyone. That just seems really smart to do. But the next one I got was Night Crawling by Leila Moulty. This follows Kara and her brother Marcus. They're scraping by to make ends meet, and Kara decides to start taking a job, and basically she starts night crawling. And it doesn't really describe what that is. Like, it doesn't give you any kind of definition. It says, one night, what begins as a drunken misunderstanding with a stranger turns into the job Kara never imagined wanting, but now desperately needs night crawling. Her role breaks open even further when her name surfaces in an investigation that exposes her as a key witness in a massive scandal within the Oakland Police Department. Like, that's all it really says. Honestly, I decided to pick it up because of that, because of the scandal. It honestly is like printed a lot like a book of the month book, and I'm wondering if it was one of their picks. I don't longer have the service right now. I don't. My service starts back up in October, so I'm excited to see about this and see what I think. And then lastly on my list that I got from the library, and the last one of this video is going to be Serpent's Kiss by Melissa De La Cruz. So this is the second one in the Witches of East End. I have started this one as well. This follows the Beauchamp sisters. I can't remember. I know it's Freya and Ingrid, I believe. Yeah, right. Freya, Ingrid, and their mother, Joanna. They are witches. They came across a magical bridge. The bridge collapsed. Their brother was blamed for it, and in the first book, we see them start to use their powers just a little bit, even though they're not supposed to. And it kind of takes off from there. This is obviously the second one, and so I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm excited to get into it a little bit more. Again, I just started it. I was picking it up in between Witch Haven. Yes, it is Witch Haven, right? Yes, I'm right. Look at that, Witch Haven. I'm only 12 pages in. Like I said, I just picked it up last night because Witch Haven was in the car and I didn't feel like going out and getting it. But yeah, that's everything that's come in my house new this week. I started this video off with a lot of energy. I started filming off with a lot of energy, and now I feel drained. So I'm going to sit and read, and I will catch y'all in my next one.